Good morning, everybody. Today's Thursday, August 7th. I'm John Weigell here with Juliet, Bennett, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. Planet Fitness is apparently peasant territory now, as millennials and Gen Z are flocking to invite-only gyms with 150-person waitlists and $100,000 annual memberships. We're talking about establishments so exclusive that you need a referral just to pay $65 for a workout. So how popular are luxury gyms, and what brands are out there? We'll get to that and the biggest and baddest tech headlines and business headlines you gotta know right after this. HubSpot helped Tumblr solve a big problem. They needed to move fast to produce trending content, but their marketing team was stuck waiting on engineers to code every single email campaign. Now they use HubSpot's customer platform to email real-time, trending content to millions of users in just seconds. The impact? 3 times more engagement and double the content creation. Want to move fast like Tumblr? Visit HubSpot.com. Okay, getting started with our headlines today. The Walt Disney Co. first announced that it will fold Hulu into its Disney Plus app in 2026. A lot of changes coming there. Disney finally fully acquired Hulu in June after paying Comcast $9 billion for NBC Universal's 33% stake. So we're going to bake right into Disney Plus. I like to see some consolidation on the streamers, honestly. And speaking of Disney, the company also acquired the rights to stream all monthly WWE premium live events. Think WrestleMania, SummerSlam, events of that ilk monthly, on ESPN's streaming service starting in 2026 for 5 years. The Mouse House paid $1.6 billion to WWE parent TKO Holdings, and the streaming service will cost $29.99 per month at launch. They're also working out some NFL properties for the service as well. So Disney making big moves today in streaming. Next up, in the world of dating apps, Hinge is crushing it right now. Per Match Group CEO Spencer Roscoff, the dating app generated $168 million in Q2 revenue, which is up 25% year over year, and it saw an 18% bump in paid users. Roscoff attributed the app's success to its focus on intentionality and AI tools that help users write better responses. From over there, we go all the way out to Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan's first ever unicorn, Uzum, has already upped its value by 30% since crossing the $1 billion valuation mark last March. How'd they do it? By doing literally everything. What started as an e-commerce business then expanded into next-day deliveries, then tacked on a robust fintech wing, then for good measure added an express food delivery service. Uzum is just 3 years old and growing fast. And finally here, the Freeling home in Simi Valley, California is available to book on Airbnb. It's where the 1982 Poltergeist movie was shot, and fans of the film will likely enjoy some optional add-ons. Juliet, what are we talking about here for this Airbnb?
Some of them make sense. Ones that you would think of, like movie screenings. You might want to watch Poltergeist in the Poltergeist home.
Makes sense.
Tours, which I guess would probably, I don't know, be like, here's where this was shot, here's where this was shot. But the one that is the most exciting to me is, and I quote, a night that feels watched.
Okay. That's a little frightening. Also, considering what Airbnb has been going through the past few years with like potential surveillance allegations by some hosts, this is kind of on the nose. I like it.
Yeah, I would pay someone to haunt me, though.
Yeah.
I really would. I would enjoy it a lot.
Get a paid haunting in. It's like a haunted house, but you get to stay over there for the night. That's fun.
Yeah, and at a minimum, it looks like pricing on the house starts at $800. Exceptions being, of course, Halloween weekend or something.
Yeah.
But it sleeps 8.
Huh.
I feel like that is so reasonable compared to most of the Airbnbs that I've ever had to stay in that aren't nearly as cool.
Yeah.
So I think it's a pretty good deal to be haunted. But I also think you could do that yourself. So you could appoint someone as the ghost.
You could do like an 8 sleeper,
Yeah.
and then you could take rotations.
Mhm.
One person's haunting hour, and then like the next, just for 8 hours of sleep.
Exactly.
It's perfect, actually. It adds up nicely.
Yeah. So I think this is a great deal.
I agree. $100 per person. Maybe try to book it out in advance if you're going for Halloween or something.
Yeah, I think that's going to cost you.
Hey, I'm Joseph Cox, the host of another podcast I think you'll like, the 404 Media podcast. We're an independent news outlet covering the bleeding edge of technology and how that impacts you. Every week, we discuss our latest stories that you cannot find anywhere else. Whether that's how AI slop is spreading across the internet, how ICE surveils social media, or overlooked stories about Elon Musk's federal government takeover, we hold tech to account. Catch me and the rest of the 404 Media gang wherever you listen. Just search for the 404 Media podcast. Chat to you soon.
Okay, for more headlines like that, you can subscribe to the show and we'll have more for you tomorrow. But in the meantime, we're getting to our main story of the day, and we are talking about luxury gyms. So, Juliet, tell me about these luxury gyms. Who is their audience?
What is interesting to me about these luxury gyms is that they're not what you might think of. They're not Equinoxes or Soho houses necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
They are private fitness studios, very small gyms. So this is a story from Business Insider.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the gyms that they were talking about is not even a gym. It's a Pilates studio called Terra Studios Pilates Club.
Uh-huh.
It's in New York City. Most of these are going to be in New York City or Los Angeles or San Francisco, one of those markets. This Terra Studios is only accessible if you are referred by a member. You can't just get in there. And then once you are referred, it is $65 for a single class.
Wow.
So to put that in perspective, the average gym membership in the United States is about $40 to $70 per month.
Mm-hmm.
So with just one 55-minute Pilates class, you're using up what it would cost to probably join a gym and go every day of the month if you wanted. So let's say you're an Equinox member, you've got the bougie gym. I paid $225 to go to an Equinox per month.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth it for me for a variety of reasons, but I go like almost every day.
Yeah, right.
And this is just one 1-hour class.
Right. You got to use it or you lose it. I think like with the Equinoxes of the world, we also in New York have a Lifetime.
Right.
Then we also have Chelsea Piers Fitness is becoming a big thing in New York. That's kind of like the premium tier. At least I thought it was until I heard about this, because it seems like people are cashing in more on small fitness studios, things that you would see appear on ClassPass maybe,
Right.
But these are sounding a little more exclusive actually than that.
Yeah. And I think it seems to be a couple of things. One, the last time I went to Equinox, I was actually super annoyed by it.
Okay.
Because
Tell me about it.
my gym going journey started at a 24-hour fitness, which is very cheap. Or to be more accurate, actually started at YMCA in Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing that I loved initially about those gyms is that they were cheap, accessible. I eventually switched to Equinox because I got very serious about going to the gym. I regard it as like a mental health thing for me. Like I sleep better, everything is better.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going, and I still go almost every single day and do a weight training session. And sometimes I will go back at night and do a class or a yoga session. That is how much I enjoy going to the gym.
You really make full use of that membership. That's good to hear.
And I don't think I'm alone in this. I think there are a lot of people who are millennials or Gen Z who are not drinking. They don't want to go out to the bar every single night and drink.
Right.
And so they have these other things that they do. And I am one of these people. And what I initially liked about Equinox and why it was worth it for me to spend more money was that I wasn't standing around waiting in line for stuff. And also no one ever talks to me, which is my favorite part.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I do not want to be bothered at the gym. I want to listen to my weird podcast and be left totally alone.
That's great.
But the other day when I went there, I could not use anything. It was like a Sunday afternoon, which is almost always pretty dead. And there were just people wandering around, like using 5 machines at a time. And I'm just like, what the hell is this?
Strange.
And I felt like my entire day was kind of like, this is not the mental health thing that I go for. And then I never wait in line for anything because I think it's kind of weird. But finally I was like, okay, I'm just going to stand here next to this machine and make it very obvious that I'm waiting because I don't know how else to, like, there's nothing else to do. So this girl that was just sitting on her phone for like a half an hour finally gets off of it. And immediately this guy who had previously asked me if I was waiting goes and sits on it. And I'm just like, fucking forget it. I'm leaving. Like, this is not relaxing. It's just like watching people have bad manners and paying a premium for it.
Yes.
And, it's such a first world complaint to be like, oh, Equinox sucks now. But like, it kind of does. Like, they replaced all of their like really bougie bath and body products with like this brand that everybody hates.
Oh.
And so like all these people are now talking shit about Equinox on Reddit. which I do find amusing because it is both true, but also like you're complaining about something that is such a luxury. These gyms are for people who are like looking for even more luxury. They do not want to deal with the crowded gym, whether that's Planet Fitness or an Equinox. They're like, no, I want to get in class. I want special instruction from my teacher, my trainer, whatever class I'm doing. I want to make sure my form is good. They want opportunities to socialize, but like, these are much smaller groups. So you're seeing the same people every single time.
Right.
There are a lot of these fitness studios that are vetting members for vibes, apparently. They want people who are either there to socialize or who are a very serious athlete, whatever the vibe is that they're going for. So it's really even more curated than what already was a curation. And I think a lot of it is just because so many people are now going to the gym, and they're especially going in the gym for weight training.
Yeah.
That used to be something that like mostly men did. And now it's very popular among younger people, including women. And so you're seeing a lot of wait times for things like the squat rack or the Smith machine. And so these smaller curated gyms, you're not sitting around waiting for them, or you have someone working with you on them. So your form is good. And also to tell the other person that's just standing there on their phone in the middle of the Smith machine doing curls for some reason to get the f*** out.
Yeah, it seems like there is kind of this balance with the gym, especially at the more luxury kind, where you have some people go to socialize, some people go because there's no socializing. And
right.
Where you're talking about with Equinox, I guess they've kind of reached a breaking point at a lot of locations where nobody interviews you to give you a membership to Equinox. You just like can pay for it or you can't pay for it.
Right.
And with these more exclusive gyms, it sounds like it's a very much like an application process. It's not like you can pay the amount and get in here. Although I'm sure some of them, like one that you mentioned that is in the BI article called Dog Pound that I want to hit on really quick. That one, they're saying is about $100,000 a year for unlimited classes. And I'm sure they will take your money if you are paying them for that one.
Yeah. And I think part of it with a gym like that, that's the other key. So you've got these people who are fitness enthusiasts or, they want to socialize. So things like High Met or Soho House are what's going to appeal most to them.
Right.
But some of these, it's about socializing with only the right people. And I think with Dog Pound, that has a lot of A-listers. Celebrities got to get in shape too.
Right.
You're trying to be in a Marvel movie. You don't want to be at Planet Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be very serious.
That's right.
You don't want people to interrupt you. I have seen celebrities at my gym and like eventually they go somewhere else. I think part of that is like, you don't want to be interrupted during your workout. And you especially don't want to be interrupted during your workout when you're a celebrity and you don't want people taking pictures and photos of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go someplace where that's not going to happen. That's not going to be allowed. And I think that is the appeal of a gym like Dog Pound, the $100,000 a year unlimited training. There are also ones that are geared towards serious professional athletes. Like you don't even want to be in that gym if you're not trying to play pro football or be an Olympian.
Right.
There is a gym near me. I actually finally figured this out today. I have been watching Sarah Michelle Gellar work out on Instagram for months now. Like she's always at this gym and everything is branded.
Aloe Yoga. Yes, Aloe Yoga. Very popular.
She's like head to toe Aloe Yoga. Everything is Aloe Yoga behind her. And she's looking very fit. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. You're coming back to TV as Buffy Summers, the chosen one to fight all evil. And, now I think she's 47. So she's training really hard. And I'm like, where is this gym that she's always at? And it turns out it is in Beverly Hills. It's at Aloe's headquarters, and you can only go if they invite you. You must secure an invitation. And part of that is like it is celebrities and influencers, and they can take photos and videos of themselves and post them like Sarah Michelle Gellar does.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have to be worried about like being stalked. And you don't have
Right.
to worry about being in someone else's video when you're like, I don't know, doing something really weird.
Just trying to do something in the background. Yeah. Just trying to hang.
Because sometimes your face looks weird. If you're doing like a deadlift and it's very heavy, I imagine you look weird, You don't want that on the internet.
Yeah, no, thank you. And yeah, I think like this also kind of opens the door for a lot of people that want to start sort of like a fitness business. At least I've noticed like over the past few years, there have been a lot more like very specific boutique studios opening up in New York that aren't like conglomerate owned.
Right.
But there are a lot that are opening that are kind of a boutique and their own sort of thing, which is interesting. And it does present a lot of opportunities to like those that want to create their studio in like the fitness space. So that's, I guess, a positive at the end of all this is that like people maybe aren't going for full service gyms as much. And if they are, they're very, very exclusive, it seems like.
Yeah, I actually thought the Ness was interesting. That was one of the places highlighted in Business Insider. And they are a trampoline gym where you dance on a trampoline.
Oh,
So,
cool.
I mean, it's high cardio, but you've also got this balance element.
It's fun.
And I think there is room for these personal trainers who are maybe like, I've invented something, or I have a routine that I really like, but I don't like being a personal trainer at one of these other gyms where like I have to abide by their rules and their time schedules and they take a cut or whatever. I think this does open an opportunity if you have a really cool workout and if you can curate this sort of vibe that people are willing to pay for, an opportunity to start your own business and make your own money and, build your own following.
For sure. That's at least like a positive note about it, because the negative here, as we've all heard from you, Juliet, Equinox just ain't what it was, sadly.
I know. Now they're going to kick me out and I'm going to have to go to Anytime Fitness because that's the only other gym nearby.
Oh, boy.
You're going to be like, why are you looking this gift horse in the mouth? And I'll be like, because I had to wait 9 years to use a squat rack because someone was on their phone in the squat rack. That's why.
Yep. Yep. All right, that'll do it for us today. Thanks for lifting with the Hustle Daily Show. We're a proud part of HubSpot Media. Our editor is Robert Hartwig, and our executive producer is Darren Clark. We've got more tech and business coverage in our newsletter. If you're not subscribed, sign up at thehustle.co/email and follow us on Instagram at The Hustle Daily. We'll see you tomorrow.
Here's what blows my mind. Most people are sitting around waiting for their boss to give them a raise, while millionaires are building income streams in their spare time. Entrepreneur and creator Marina Magilko cracked the code on this. She built more than 10 income streams that now pull in over $100,000 a month. She shared the secret sauce with our team, so now we're sharing it with you, exactly how she did it. This guide gives you practical step-by-step strategies you can actually implement. So just pick just one income stream from her guide and watch what happens. Stop what you're doing right now and grab it in the show notes 6 months from now, and you'll be glad you did.